Project 9-1, the circuit board. This drawing, we're going to begin with a new screen, and we're going to create change some settings, and then create some layers. So first come the settings. We're going to right click down here where the grid is, and go to settings. The snap spacing is going to be 0.0025, and the grid spacing is going to be 0.1. Again, we need to make sure under object snap that we have endpoint, midpoint, center, quadrant, intersection, perpendicular, and extension all checked. And okay. Next is to go to our layers property. We're going to add the following layers. First one is fab, has a color of 7, and it continues in default. Next one is top, has a color of 5. Next one is bottom. Bottom has a color of 6. Next is drill. And drill has a color of 7. Next is Smask, and that's a color of 3. And lastly, Silkscreen has a color of 7. All the line types should be continuous. All the line weights should be default. And I'm going to close out the layers. So first we need to draw a series of parts, and we're going to begin with these pads because it's a part of most drawings. So it says the pad consists of 3 circles pretty much. So I'm going to go to center diameter, and I'm going to just click here in the screen. I'm going to type my first diameter of 0.02. It's very small, so I'm going to zoom in on that. Now notice it looks like a octagon there, so I'm going to type the word regen to smooth it out to a smoother circle. So regenerate. I'm going to go to the circle command again, choose the center, D for diameter, and I'm going to type 0.06. I'm going to do one more circle, choosing the center point. Again, D for diameter and 0.08. Now, some of these belong on certain layers, so my 0.02 should be on the drill layer. So I select it, put it on the drill, I'm going to hit escape. And then my 0.06 circle, there's actually 2 of them. One should be on the top, and I should draw another circle, same size, on the bottom layer. So it should be 2 circles on top of each other. And lastly, the outer ring will be on the Smask layer. Alright. So next I'm gonna move the circle to a grid point. And now I can produce my parts. We begin with the Silkscreen layer, and we're going to draw a line that is a distance of 0.40 and press enter. There is a rectangular box that's in the middle here, and that's something you'll have to create with your own judgment. So what I did, I copied my drill points to both sides of the line. So to prepare my rectangle shape, I'm gonna use the center point as my guide for this, and I'm gonna use my snapping options to kind of help with this. So I'm just using the jumps as my guide, and I'm trying to draw it as proportional as possible. So I'm gonna use my trim to get rid of the center line here, and that's my first part. I'm gonna do the same procedure again for the second piece. So right beside, I'm gonna track it over. This distance is 0.50. Press enter, and again I'm gonna go to copy and copy my two circles on both ends, and use my line feature to draw the rectangle starting from the midpoint. And again, use the trim to get rid of the middle line. Alright. My next object, again, is another rectangular shape. So again, I'm just using before I do that, I want to copy the circle over. Now, these things are to be 7 and equally spaced down the line. So I'm going to use my rectangular array, select all the shape. For this, it's going to be only one row, and it'll be 7 columns, and the distance between a size. May have to cancel the array. So I'm gonna undo that. I want to say it's 0.1 apart. So I'm gonna turn the snap off. I'm gonna go at distance 0.01. And I'm gonna take this circle and copy it from this point over to this side to get my distance. And what I'm gonna do is, instead of using the array, I'm gonna use the copy, use that as my guide, this center point, and go to each center point all the way down. To identify that. And then from here, I can um, actually, before I do that, I want to make sure from here down is 0.05 before I actually draw my line. Over here, just make sure it follows the snaps there. And we're going to draw this rectangle. Take all these circles and we'll do a mirror to the opposite side. And then it's like a triangular shape that's here in the middle. So turn the snap mode off. Go to the midpoint. These are wider lines. Again, this part is where you will need to draw these by your own personal judgment. So what I'm using is my tracking, and my polar tracking is set for right now every 15 degrees. So this is actually, I think, 30. And I'm gonna delete that. My next shape, again, I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna make another copy from here, downwards direction, 0.10. Then I'm gonna go to draw a temporary line so I can create a circle that involves the whole shape. Like, and again, you're gonna go by eye for this. I'm gonna just click it right there. And the bottom part of this circle has more of a cutoff down here. So I'm gonna draw a line straight across. And again, there's no measurement here to determine this. So I just want to create a line, and that's the line I'm going to use to cut off the bottom of the circle. So I'm going to use the trim, hit enter, and cut off that bottom part there, and then delete the middle line. Next is some rectangle bars. So I'm going to go to rectangle. Just click, do D for diameter, 0.05 for the length, 0.25 for the height, and we'll press enter. There's a series of rectangles, and this one I should be able to use the array for. And for this one, it'll be only one row, and the distance between each column is 0.10. Next, we have a total of like 13 items. And again, you want to make sure that associative is not checked and close the array. All of these objects should be on the top layer. So next is to actually create the board outline from the parts that we just created. So to the side here, I'm gonna go to my rectangle command, and I'm gonna just turn my snap mode back on and get us into a grid corner. Type the letter D for dimensions, and I'm gonna go with 4.00, and my other distance is 3. Take my mouse and I'm gonna click. Okay, so next is to place the bars at 2.10 away from the corner. So what I'm gonna do is do a move from here to the corner, and then I'm gonna move it again. I'm gonna type 2.10. So that gets that in this position. Now the rest of these things are to be placed again at your own personal judgment. So begin with this, and I'm going to copy it to about right here, and then next I'm gonna rotate it. For my base point, I'm gonna just choose the middle, and I'm gonna rotate it in an upwards direction like that. And then next, I would slide it over to about here. Alright. And now I'm gonna add some more parts. So beginning with that, I'm gonna copy, bring that to this side, select it, I'm gonna rotate it, and I'm gonna move it use the center point of the circle or the midpoint to help with the tracking, and I'm gonna click over right side. Actually, I'm gonna do another move, and I'm gonna take it from the center, this circle, turn my snap off. Center this circle, track it over, and have it aligned like that. And then we'll take this and do a mirror from the middle over to the opposite side. And then I'm gonna take some of my single circles here and place one in the middle there and one here. Alright, so that completes that one. I'm gonna take this now and copy it upward to that location. And then I'm gonna take this one as well as this one and do another copy over, make a stamp, do another one, and my final one. Now I'm guessing these should be evenly spaced, um, but again, there's no measurements involved. So I'm gonna take this here, copy, using that as my base point. So over here, put 3 of these side by side. Again, ideally these should be equally spaced apart. Alright, taking the smaller one, rotate it, and I'm going to move it to here. And then next, I'm going to create a rectangle. And again, this is by hand, so I'm going to turn the snap back on. Start at this corner. Like that. And then next, do another copy. Place one here. So that covers that. And then lastly, these parts. Do another copy. Turn the snap off so I can get the center. And here again, we just place them as neatly as possible. I do about 2, and then I'm gonna copy both of these together. So I have 4 like that. At this time, we have completed our picture as far as the symbols. Now, our next requirement is to use the polyline tool with the uh, top layer and connect our points as you see in figure 9-48. So for this, again, we're going to keep the snap on, use the polyline feature, and starting from the midpoint of the circle, I'm going to switch my polar to 45. Come out about here. And then we come down to about here. And then I'm going to I'm going to go in a backwards direction to get my 45. And I'm going to shorten this back up. And what I'm going to do is pretty much copy this over to the other side where it's just similar. So with the copy command, we'll choose here to here to here, and lastly here. So that's created. Now next, I hope that still all the same distance, and I'm going to do a mirror to the opposite side and use this and copy it down into this section like that. So now I can take those and copy them into each area. So those are all connected that way. Um, I will need to draw a line all the way through to the end, as well as here all the way across. This end is fairly simple. Coming from this circle, go straight out. Come with my 45 until I reach that, and then come in. Actually, I should come up a little higher. So take this line up, delete what I had, and I'm gonna bring this in a little closer, and then at 45. Next, I have a line coming from this point outwards, and then I'm going a 45-degree angle, click, and then I'm gonna connect. This is actually a line going straight down. Now my problem, I did again have this correctly proportionate as far as when I placed them. So I'm gonna leave that line there. I use a center point to track it to my end. I'm going to select these shapes, and I'm going to hold shift to deselect that, and I'm going to move these over to that line. Alright, so next I will come from the center of here, go in the outs direction about midways, and I'm going to drop it at an angle 45. It's going to go below the circle and then through. Now, supposedly it should go through between these two circles. So what I need to do is bring my view down slightly. So I select them all, and I'm going to do a move option. So now my line can pass through. And again, we may need to slide it down some more. And now I can continue my line at an angle 45. I'm going to use the center point as my tracking, and then straight to it. From here, I go out to about here, drop it at 45. Again, straight across to about midways, and then back out, track it at 45, and connect. Alright. So again, we don't have to continuously repeat this process. So I'm going to take what I have here and do a copy using this as my guide. Now, this may not work all the way through because, again, they are all spaced differently. So here, I'll need to move to this location and extend this line a little further. This will have to move back, and we'll shorten this grip here. Looks like we have a line that connects here to here. There's a line from here, 45, and here. We have another one come from the bottom, go at the 45. And actually, I cut it a little bit too short. Going from here, it seems like the line comes in through the midpoint. And this one goes all the way through to the second to last, and from here we'll cut it at the 45, track it at this circle, and we go like that. From this end, basically is coming from here straight through all circles. From there, 45-degree angle, and we're going for the third circle here. So with those two locked, going in right there. From the third circle down, in between these two circles. So when I find that 45, going straight through, back to the third circle. Now I do need to correct this. This is actually not here, but the we'll move this to the intersection and actually connect this here. Alright, so that covers that part. Then we have some other connections coming from here, the upwards direction, to about this location, and 45 to the second circle. From the fourth line, go out, cut it at the angle. This will go straight to here. So what I'm going to do is cut it off, go back, hit the intersection, come in the opposite direction, pass, and I'm going to extend that up, and then move the grips back so they connect like that. Alright, and then we have from this location, it goes in an upwards direction. I'm gonna stop it, and from this we're going to 45. I'm gonna actually have that connect and connect. Alright, from this location here, we'll go straight down 45, and then we're going to come all the way across to about this location, do another 45 that actually hits that location to there. And from this location we go up and simple 45 move using our tracking over and then up, connect to that. Alright, we have some electrical lines that come off the circle here, go to 45, out, and then up to the same circle here, this location. So stop it about here, and then from there, we'll go in a downwards direction, 45, to where they meet, and make a clean connection. This is repeated throughout the images, so we can just take this and copy it. So we can put it here, this. There. Alright. Okay, so at the top here, you have a connection coming from this location up 45. It goes out to about this location. And then I'm going to come back with the 45 to connect. And that covers that. This line goes from here and it goes in a downwards direction 45 to about this location, and then through those circles to the midpoint. We'll go up to make our connection, use that center point, and repeat the same process over. So what we'll do is take what we have here and copy it here. Let's see, I can't get it in there. So what I will do is just use my tracking to guide it through. And I'm gonna move this grip back. And just a matter of taking this to that. That covers the whole top group there. Now, this is duplicated again, so we're going to use our copy and select all of this. Go to our copy. I'm going to use this hole here, and we're going to bring it down to this level, to here, and to here. So this here repeats that part of the electrical design. At this time, line dash 2 is complete. Again, you're going to have to use your own personal judgment on most of the lines. You know, some of the moves that I did may not work for you. Um, Again, just make it look as close to the image as possible. All right, and again, save your work.